To deny an individual the liberty to speak without fear of retribution is the definition of tyranny. Regardless of one's point of view in relation to a subject, every individual has the right to express their opinion in the public domain. Should one disagree with a point of view in relation to a particular subject, one is under no obligation to respond. Another's point of view is no less relevant than one's own regardless of the context. Without an avenue to openly express one's thoughts free from the heavy hand of censorship, one is essentially living in the illusion of a free and open society. As no country is free where the voice of the people is actively suppressed. Although tyranny may hide behind the mask of the public interest, in the end, the intention rarely aligns with that of the common people. For free-thinking individuals rarely submit to the will of tyrants, as the suppression of free speech is an attack on the principles that comprise the foundation of a free and open society. Once government and large corporate interests begin to actively suppress speech, any doubt as to their motives should become abundantly clear. The more blatant breaches of the public trust become, the fewer liberties one will have as a direct result. Unless the public actively seeks to address concerns with regards to the abuse of government powers, then the public's silence will inevitably be considered as a sign of consent. The subversion of the public's expectations regarding enlightened leadership, and the resulting chaos stemming from the failure to respect civil liberties, confirms the necessity for politicians to respect the people they are elected to represent. Any deviation from the service of the public interest and the rot of corruption sets in. Given enough time, the breakdown of the system itself becomes inevitable. Therefore, it is crucial for the public to pay close attention to those elected to represent their communities. For the interests of the people do not necessarily align with those who occupy the seats of power. This divergence in the common interest will only widen without intervention to prevent it from further undermining civil liberties. Considering the poor track record of politicians distorting the truth for political gain, the responsibility falls upon the shoulders of the public to ensure politicians uphold the democratic principles they swore to uphold upon taking office. Without a vigilant public, those elected have no incentive to uphold the public good, as they know that no one is there to hold their feet to the flames. While it's a generalization to assume that all politicians seek to subvert the public interest, it would be considered negligent to blindly trust them at their word. Unless politicians share the same values as the people they are elected to represent, chances are they will neglect their duties in the pursuit of advancing their own interests. The only safeguard the public has to prevent entrenched rot is that of the ballot box. Should politicians ignore the will of the people to further their own selfish interests, then it's the public's responsibility to ensure that self-serving politicians are dealt with on election day. Though unless the public actively seeks to exercise their constitutional rights, a day will come when they realize their right to vote has been rendered null and void.